Hello everyone. Today we discuss about the concept of BJT, that means bipolar junction transistor. But one thing should be remembered, that in this lecture or in this video we discuss about the circuit operation of BJT, not going to the details about the physics of semiconductor of the bipolar junction transistor. There are lots of books available to study the bipolar junction transistor concept. So first of all, there are some points which will be very important. So what is the meaning of bipolar junction? First of all, transistor is a very important device and it's a control operation. It's not like a diode, but it's concept starting from the diode, because it's a, first of all, this is a three-terminal device. First of all, BJT is a three-terminal device. There are two variations. One is NPN and another variation is PNP. Okay, and there are three terminals that exist. Number one is known as emitter, which is very highly doped. Number two is base, which is lesser doped or very small amount of doping, and this is a collector. The doping level is much higher than base but less than emitter. So basically emitter is depending on the priority, emitter is a very highly doped, then collector, and then base. So base is very lightly doping region. There are lots of reason for this, because transistor base current in a microampere mode, collector current in a milliampere mode. That's why base region is very thin, or the doping concentration in a base region is very lower. That's the reason. So first of all, what is the naming of what is the meaning of this bipolar junction? So bipolar junction means there are two junctions exist. This is emitter, this is base, and this is collector. This is a base. So between emitter and base there is a junction is created known as base emitter junction, and between base and collector there also a junction is present known as collector and base junction. Okay, there are two junctions exist. So according to the name, there are two junctions exist. One is VB and another is VCB. And in a bipolar junction transistor there are two carriers are flow, both electron and holes are flow in the current, in the part of the current conduction. And what is the meaning of transistor? This is very important. Student, please take a note about this. What is the transistor? Meaning of transistor. So transistor means transfer plus resistance. That means in a transistor, the transistor uses a two-port network. In the later session we will discuss about what is a two-port network. First of all, it should be noted that the transistor is a two-port device, used as a two-port device, and in the input port the value of the resistance or the magnitude of the resistance is very low, because the input is always forward biased and output is always reverse biased. That's why the resistance value is very high. So in the transistor, the current, the value of current in a input port is very low, and in the output port is a very high due to the reverse bias, or you also say that in a input port the resistance is very low because it is forward biased, or in a output port the resistance is very high because the reverse bias condition. So that is, in a transistor there is a value of or magnitude of resistance transfer from input to output. That means from low resistance to high resistance, and that means the current flow from the low resistance part to the high resistance part, and that's why this is named as transfer plus resistance. That means here we assume that the resistance transfer from low resistance path to high resistance path, or you say that input is forward biased and output is reverse biased. So that's why it is named as transistor. So meaning is transfer. Transistor means transfer plus resistor. This is very important, okay, for all of us, for proper operation. Transfer plus resistance. That means resistance transfer from low, the transfer of resistance from, or transfer of current in a transistor from low resistance path to high resistance path. So transfer of resistance, that's why this is the name. Okay, that's why the name is coming transistor. And it is also a controllable operation. That means in NPN transistor there is a three terminal available. Here it is actual picture because emitter is a very highly doped, so this emitter region is very length of the emitter is very high, then base, then collector. Okay, so this is emitter, this is base, and this is collector. So this is, first of all, this is considered NPN, and there are three terminals exist: collector, base, and emitter. This is our base emitter junction, this is our collector base junction. So here one potential barrier also developed, and here another potential are developed. So in the transistor, this is known as the input port. The base emitter is also always known as the input port, and due to the configuration, and this collector is also known as output port. Okay, so there are lots of applications using transistor, and this same for NPN, just changes the name. This is PNP, another transistor is, and this is a circuit symbol of NPN transistor. Please note that this is a circuit symbol. This is emitter, this is base, and this is collector here. Just arrow sign means that the okay. In the later part, we will show the actual current direction. This collector, base, and emitter. This is a circuit symbol of NPN transistor, and this is a circuit symbol of PNP transistor. This arrow is inward, PNP, because this is the whole majority carrier. So depending on the direction, this arrow is inward and this arrow is outward, because electron goes from emitter to the inner junction. That's why the current direction is outward, and here whole direction and current direction are also the same. We already know that. So here whole direction and the current direction are the same. So that's why this is inward direction. Okay, so this is for PNP configuration, or PNP, the circuit symbol of PNP transistor. Okay, so there are lots of topic in the later video. We talk about the lots of topic. First of all, characteristics of transistor. Please note that, because transistor is a very large topic, so in the one video we cannot elaborate all of things. So that's why we talk about in the later lecture the characteristics. Okay, the characteristics of the transistor. Next, different types of modes of operation of transistor. Next of all, common emitter mode configuration. Third one, common emitter, common base, and common collector mode configuration and their operation, and characteristics and modes of operation and their characteristics graph, and several features. Number 4, we study about number 4, biasing concept in a transistor. This is known as the biasing. Number 5, transistor used as a switch and both amplifier. Okay, both amplifier. In the 6th part, we discuss about transistor amplifier. In this section, we discuss about each parameter of transistor, what is the importance of each parameter. Then in the later video, we discuss about transistor RE model. Okay, in the later we discuss about the high frequency model of transistor, high frequency model which is used in amplifier. And in the later part, there are lots of application circuit, like a current mirror. I just mentioned the name, like a current mirror or differential mode, common mode. There are lots of modes are available in a transistor, and also application in the digital circuit, because basically transistor is used in two basic purposes. One basic purpose is used for switch, and another basic purpose is for amplifier. So one purpose is for switch, another purpose is for the amplifier. Okay, so in the later video we'll discuss about that.